take 20% off some of your gifts and earn Kohl's Cash. Kohl's.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, weeknights on CBS.
You don't understand what this job does to you.
SEAL Team, next Thursday on CBS.
Friday, find out the fan favorite episode number 2 as we count down to number 1.
Bring him back alive.
Blue Bloods Classics on CBS.
How the fog could affect your commutes. I missed show you where it's likely to hang and when. Live from downtown Marquette, it's your 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Coming up tonight on your WZMQ 19 News. New details on behavioral health services in Dickinson County, the agency that thought it was losing its contract with North Point Behavioral Health. Plus, an investigation finds multiple safety violations and lawsuits against the company contracted to demolish the old Marquette General Hospital. What our reporter discovered and what the NMU Foundation says about it. And a family affair at a Christmas tree farm in Bark River. How they're helping other families continue holiday traditions. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Those clouds have rolled in for tonight, and Air, you said it's a little slick out there in some spots too.
It sure was. I was sliding around on the deck while I let the dogs out earlier and on our walk. So just a heads up, you could be experiencing that this evening, even into tomorrow. But the bigger story, Sarah and friends out there, is the fog. We'll have that fog rolling in along with the higher clouds that we're going to see. But that dense fog expected mostly in the early hours of the morning. I'll show you that coming up after the break. And then taking a look at what else we're expecting. Rain and snow showers this weekend. I've got your futurecast also after the break.
Thank you very much, Ariane. A Northern Michigan University student has been charged with making a false bomb threat. NMU Public Safety arrested 18-year-old Cesar Espinoza yesterday. He was also arraigned yesterday. Espinoza is charged with 1 felony count of false report or threat of bomb or harmful device and 1 misdemeanor count of assault and battery. NMU released a statement confirming Espinoza is currently a student and that the NMU Police Department determined there was no danger to the community. Few other details have been released at this time. Espinoza is out on bond and the case remains under investigation. New details tonight about behavioral health care services for a number of Dickinson County agencies that help adults with disabilities. North Point Behavioral Health is considering a contract extension with the Forever Friendship Drop-In Center in Kingsford. After the center told the Dickinson County Commission last month it was concerned it would have to close at the end of this year if its contract with North Point wasn't renewed. It has gained a lot of support from the community. 165 signatures were presented on a petition tonight at North Point's board meeting, along with over 50 letters of support. The board discussed extending the contract month to month to allow for negotiations and budget reviews. The drop-in center director says she's now seeing an improvement in communications with North Point.
Given a liaison, so that is a huge progress in our ability to have fair negotiations and have better communication, because that has been a continuous issue.
The North Point board said it has concerns over the center's attendance. The drop-in center is still seeking outside funding and continued community support. The site of the former Marquette General Hospital is currently under a multi-million-dollar demolition. WZMQ Scott Menshaw has more on the contractor performing the work and how NMU's foundation came to the decision to hire them.
Almost a year ago, the NMU Foundation put out an invitation to bid for the demolition of the former Marquette General Hospital. The foundation received 7 bid proposals, with the average amount of $11,500,000. One bid from the Adamo Group, a Detroit-based contractor, came in $7 million less than that average, at just $4 million. According to Dave Nyberg of the NMU Foundation, One part of the company's proposal allowed it to be so much less than the competition.
They are recycling or reselling up to 95% of the demolished material by weight, which means that they're able to avoid disposing of that material in the landfill.
A month ago, WZMQ received an anonymous tip that the Adamo Group had a history of unsafe business practices. When we investigated, we found that in 2021, the company was fined over $180,000 by OSHA for repeated safety violations. The company was also sued in civil court by the family of a worker killed in a building collapse related to the violations. I asked Nyberg if the foundation was aware of the company's history when it was hired.
All of the information about bidders is posted on our website regarding the project. That's all I have to say.
The website Nyberg is referring to is the informational site set up by the foundation for the project. The site includes an outline for the bid procurement process, which shows a required check on the company's safety record. But Nyberg did not elaborate on what that involved.
We coordinated with Michigan Economic Development Corporation and the State Land Bank Authority on the contract structure for the project before the contract was signed.
As of now, the project has been slightly delayed by asbestos removal. Work is still expected to be completed by the late spring. Nyberg also told me that the foundation is currently seeking proposals for the next phase of the project, which includes the demolition of the parking garage. Scott Mitchell, WZMQ 19 News, Marquette.
WZMQ has attempted to contact the Adamo Group for an interview on numerous occasions, but we have never gotten a reply back. Meantime, the new cancer center in Iron Mountain that broke ground in June is making headway toward project goals. The Marshfield Medical Center Dickinson Hospital plans on hiring at least one more oncologist to help care for patients in the new center. The plans include 11 private infusion rooms and a nourishment center for patients. The local construction company is handling the project, and construction is currently on schedule for the center's expected opening in May. The project is currently 2/3 of the way to meeting its fundraising goals. A Marquette County veterinarian is alerting people to a potential exposure to rabies from a domesticated skunk. The now deceased skunk named Dixie came from a home in Delta County and tested positive for rabies at a Marquette area veterinarian. The doctor says the animal's owners would allow people to take photos with it, and it's unknown how many people the skunk came in contact with while infected. He says the rabies strain has been confirmed to come from a skunk breeder in the Detroit area.
Turns out that the skunk came from a breeder downstate that housed both wild skunks and domestic skunks together, which is an absolute no-no. And there's a problem with rabies and skunks down in Metro Detroit in the thumb.
The vet says if you came into contact with the pet skunk Dixie, you should immediately contact your physician. In Washington, yesterday evening, Senate Republicans blocked the National Security Supplemental Funding bill from moving forward. The bill reflected the request of President Biden in October when he asked Congress to approve more than $100 billion in aid for Israel, Ukraine, Taiwan, and others. But Republicans say they want to see major changes at the southwest border of the United States included in that national security bill before more aid is sent to Ukraine. Democrats say Republicans aren't being reasonable. A procedural vote for the bill to move forward yesterday was unsuccessful because the Senate remains split on the border with no sign of compromise. It remains unclear if the Senate will approve the aid before the holiday break. Meantime, in Houghton today, a small group rallied in support of Ukraine. Youpers for Ukraine held an impromptu rally today on Sheldon Avenue. The organizer says it was held simultaneously with about 50 other rallies around the country. Ukraine continues to defend itself against Russia in the war that began nearly 2 years ago now. The rally's organizer said in a statement, quote, "I pray that we as Americans continue to do the right thing so that our military continues to be only support rather than in the fight." Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after this break, plus a delay for the start of ice fishing season. What the DNR says plays into ice formation on inland lakes. And later, there's still time to find some seasonal sales at retailers. We'll tell you.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture. Sleep better with a new mattress from Kirkish Furniture. We proudly feature Made in the Midwest Restonic mattresses. Try one out today and compare other major brands. Let our sleep specialists help you find the bed of your dreams at Kirkish Furniture.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. That's because at John's Auto, communication is the key to service. When we have your car, you can expect to be updated on what's going on. And Craig here will explain repairs in terms I even understand, and I'm only 9. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Marquette.
And don't forget, we're still your #1 source for a pre-owned vehicle in Marquette County.
John's Auto Marquette.
Is this a scam? If you're the real Joe Biden, say something only Joe would say.
Yum yum ice cream. Convinced now?
Yes.
Weeknights on CBS.
This is home, it's where we get along. This is home, and together we're strong. Oh, this is home. This is home, it's our town, it's our song. This is home, this is where we belong. This is home. Yeah. This is home.
Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasic.
Well, we already have some numbers for that fog that I mentioned earlier starting to roll in. We'll expect it to be densest in the west interior here, but we could even see it up there in the Keweenaw. So just a heads up. Reminder also to have your low beams or fog lights if you have that option. By 4 p.m., we could have reduced visibility here in Marquette, and then even further to the west, Munising also possible reduced visibility during that 4 o'clock hour, and then over in Newberry, maybe down to 0.7 of an inch. So just a heads up in case you've got to commute somewhere on your Friday, make sure you've got those low beams ready to go. Okay, let's rock on through the rest of our forecast today. We broke a record hitting a high of 43 degrees previously, 38 back in 1968. What a great, 1963. I don't remember that year. I was not alive at that time, but yeah, it's been very warm. We'll expect that to continue into tomorrow. Right now, our temperatures, though, in that 30-degree range, and as you can see over in Houghton, a little bit warmer, 39 and 38 in Ironwood. Those clouds will continue to move in, and we will be looking a little bit like Montana. If you notice there, they've got snow showers and rain showers currently, but we're dry right now, so take that in. Okay, next 24 hours, you're going to definitely want to get your wet gear ready for this weekend. I'll show you why with Futurecast in a minute here. We could see that fog, of course, tomorrow, and then breezy conditions possible, gusts up to 20-25 miles an hour, but those temperatures, loving it in that 40-degree range. Get outside before all of that wet weather that we're expecting this weekend with this new system moving in takes over. Right now, winds primarily coming out of the southeast. We'll see, like I said, some gusts up to 20-25 miles an hour, but nothing too crazy. So tomorrow, yeah, we're going to have mostly cloudy skies, a little blip there of some possible rain showers up in Keweenaw County for the morning. And then Saturday, moving ahead, here's where that rain starts to move in, friends, from the southeast around 7 a.m., taking over the majority of the eastern portion here by 8, and then heading up to Marquette. We've got this band of rain and snow here right between Marquette and Dickinson counties, and then snow showers further to the east. We're not expecting a a whole lot of accumulation, but we could see, a dusting of 1 to 2 inches when all is said and done. And then in the afternoon, we've got another system rolling in over on the northwest coast there. By 8 o'clock, most of the west half will have snow showers, the east half staying a little bit drier, but as you can see just southeast there of Newberry, possible mixture of rain and snow. So like I said, we're not expecting a whole lot of accumulation, but Saturday evening we could be seeing up to 2 inches over there in Ironwood. I think it's not going to be good conditions though for sledding or skiing. I've got your 7-day outlooks in 15.
Thank you very much, Ariane. The warm start to the winter is delaying the start of ice fishing season. Many ice fishers will head out onto the ice early in the season and stay as late as they can. But the DNR says the ice on most inland lakes hasn't been thick enough yet. The snow on the lakes can also act as an insulation layer that keeps the ice from fully freezing over. The DNR says its biggest worry ahead of the winter is the variability of temperature and other weather conditions that might keep the waters from freezing.
This can not only vary between lakes, but they can also vary on an individual lake. You have to take something like a stick or a spud or a ski pole or something and poke ahead as you go out and test the ice as you go.
The DNR is reminding would-be ice fishers that you still need a license. We have a link to get one at WZMQ19.com. With Christmas just a few weeks away now, this is the busy season for tree farms. WZMQ's Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons takes us to Bark River for a look at what goes into preparing your tree to take home.
During the holiday season, many are looking for that perfect Christmas tree. But for Teal's Tree Farms, evergreens are the focus all year long.
We sell different variety of evergreen boughs. We have wreaths, garland, roping. We do pine tips. And then we switch into selling Christmas trees here from Turkey Day all the way up till Christmas.
Customers can purchase a pre-cut tree or search the 120 acres of trees for one to cut themselves, with popular choices like Harbor and Fraser Fir.
Getting these trees here starts by getting them in as little 1 to 2 year old seedlings, and we try to plant about 10 to 12,000 trees every year.
Each tree takes 8 to 12 years to fully grow.
You're constantly juggling that cycle of trying to keep trees from this big all the way to this big, and you get people that want 14 to 16 foot trees. That takes quite a few years to be able to get that into somebody's home.
And in that time, a lot of care is required.
You're just hoping Mother Nature does its thing for the first couple of years. Until they get yay big and they start thickening up, then you have to start shearing them every year. You're also mowing by every tree a minimum of 2 times a year. The deer out here, they love nibbling on our trees when there's nothing else to eat in the wintertime. You're fighting pesticides, funguses, different things that can get into your trees that are very hard to control.
But when a tree is ready to become part of a customer's Christmas tradition, it's worth all that hard work.
People might only think about you one time a year, but it's a pretty special time of year for them. And most of our customers, they let us know every time they're here how much they appreciate us. Always keep going and keep planting and keep moving forward.
Teal's Tree Farms will be open daily until Christmas Eve from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Bark River.
The city of Kingsford lit up the night at the Armory tonight for its annual Christmas tree lighting.
2, 1.
The ceremony featured Woodland Elementary's charming choir, Kingsford High School's lively band, and a surprise visit from Santa. The fun continued inside the Armory with a chance to win big in the Centennial Committee's 50-50 raffle. Tickets for that are available through City Hall before the drawing on December 18th. In Escanaba tonight, a nonprofit celebrated a year of investing in students and the people who make it possible. To date, Youth Empowering Services, or YES, has connected 186 students in Delta and Menominee counties with adult mentors. The organization's inaugural holiday bash tonight brought about 350 supporters and community members together at the State Fairgrounds Ruth Butler building. And about 50 businesses provided raffle prizes and sponsorships to raise money.
It means so much to me that everyone cares about what we're doing and that we're all working together. We all live in the same community and want the same things. To me, seeing all the adults here tonight shows how many people are behind these kids.
Youth Empowering Services will start 3 new mentorship programs in the new year, thanks in part to the money raised this evening. Hundreds of people packed the UP Children's Museum in Marquette tonight for one of its very few adult-only events. Tonight was the 20th annual Celebrity Art Auction. Well-known community members and leaders auction off items and experiences that they create, and all of the proceeds go towards supporting the museum. There were specialty dinners, party planning services, even some household items from city police.
An artist by any stretch of anybody's imagination, but I was thinking to myself as I was mounting my son's deer antlers this year. So as I was thinking about that, I had this idea to make, antlers or a mount out of repurposed bike parts.
So we have a couple people that have been texting me proxy bids throughout the day for items they can't be here, so they have given me their max bids, and I'll set a bidder in the audience.
Those who missed out on tonight's event can participate in an online auction that begins tomorrow morning. The holiday shopping frenzy is well underway, but if you're just starting to work on your list, there is some good news. Shopping experts say some of the best deals of the season are still to come. Bradley Blackburn has a look at the calendar.
Yeah, these are nice. For shoppers like Melissa Reeves, grabbing gifts for the holidays starts early.
Mission accomplished.
Really early.
I'm almost done. I start Christmas shopping in July.
But millions of Americans are just starting and looking for deals.
40% and more will definitely get my attention.
If you missed the discounts offered during Black Friday and Cyber Monday, expert shopper Kyle James says there's good news.
Oftentimes, the closer you get to Christmas, the more money you're going to save.
He's been tracking the calendar for years at ratherbeshopping.com and says there are key dates to know. Friday, December 8th, could see the best deals on tools and hardware with discounts of 20 to 30%. Saturday, December 9th, is good for tech like laptops and also for toys. But don't wait if you need a specific toy.
Typically, the longer you wait on the hot stuff, a lot of times you're going to end up on eBay, paying a premium.
December 14th is big for apparel and shoes as stores offer discounts and free shipping in time for Christmas.
If you wait until the 15th, 16th, you might have to pay a premium for shipping, or you might have to just pay the regular shipping fee, which is in many cases $7, $8.
And if you've bought your gifts already, don't forget about price adjustments. Many retailers will give you money back if you see an item go on sale later.
My thing is the more you save, the more gifts you can get for yourself.
Savings advice that's a gift to every shopper this season.
Another pro tip, experts say before you check out online, use a store's chat feature to ask for a discount or free shipping. Sometimes they'll offer a promo code that isn't published elsewhere. Still ahead tonight, a change in leadership at Michigan State University, who the university is expected to announce as a...
Here's your WZMQ CBS This is Home Community Calendar.
I'm Emilio Colon. Come with me on a journey to discover the historic town squares of Ponce and Old San Juan, Puerto Rico. In the next episode of Music in Puerto Rico, we'll experience history come to life through the universal language of music. Let's explore the vibrant cultural and commercial heritage of these fascinating cities.
Shriners Hospitals for Children is awesome.
Wow, I was a really cute kid. But it's true, Shriners Hospitals for Children is awesome. The first time I went to Shriners Hospitals for Children, I was 2 months old. Since then, they have helped me with over 18 operations and thousands of rehabilitation hours. Because of their care, now I live a full, independent life. I got my driver's license, and I'm going to college.
It's amazing to know that there's someone looking out for me and my family.
And it isn't just the doctors and nurses who have been looking out for me. It was you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So let's keep this amazing story going. All you have to do is go to loveshriners.org, and you'll be a part of something special too. Thank you so much.
You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
The Great Lakes Recovery Center is using an unconventional method to fill its open positions. Today, the GLRC had its first ever job fair. Members of each of its departments were there conducting interviews with potential job candidates. With almost 20 open positions, the center decided to take a more open approach to the hiring process. Instead of applying for a specific position, candidates attended the fair and the GLRC helped find the position that would work best for them.
Will allow us in all of our different programs that we run to be able to find the right suit for that person. So somebody may not necessarily have all the qualifications for one position, but they may be well qualified and have great skills to meet in another type of position.
Organizers say they plan to keep having similar events in the future. A near-century-old business in Iron Mountain is getting a leg up thanks to a small business grant. Crispinia's Italian Market was awarded a $20,000 Elevate grant out of 233 applicants regionally. Crispinia's was one of 6 UP businesses to get the grant. Crispinia's even got extra points on the application for being woman-owned. The market, located near Stevenson Avenue, says the grant will help with upgrades that are necessary because it's approaching its 100th anniversary.
Pooling in the grab and go will absorb most of the Elevate contribution, and then we've saved to do the other 2 projects that were on our agenda for our 100th. The other major part of the Elevate grant is for the large grab and go that will now house those products directly with direct access for the customers to self-serve.
Crispinia's marks 100 years next fall and is planning a big party to celebrate. Northern Michigan University's Diversity and Disability is hosting a run walk for epilepsy this weekend. The run is an opportunity for students and the community to raise money and awareness for epilepsy. Half of all proceeds will be donated to the Epilepsy Foundation of Michigan. The run takes place in the NMU Superior Dome Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. There will also be a raffle at the event with over $200 in prizes, as well as other fundraising opportunities.
Hosting this event to raise awareness for epilepsy, every month we pick a different disability to raise awareness for, and the month of November was Epilepsy Awareness Month, but because of Thanksgiving break and finals week with the NMU campus, we're extending that into December.
You don't have to be registered for the event to participate or donate. All the support from the community and students is welcome. A new year will bring new leadership to Michigan State University with an announcement on its new president possibly later this week. Josh Sanchez has the scoop and talks with students about what they think.
The clock is ticking on MSU's campus as students prepare for final exams. At the administration building, a different clock has been ticking since May, one for the President's Search Committee. That time could be up with the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill Chancellor Kevin Guskowitz expected to be named the next MSU president.
I'd for sure say it's like a fresh start. I was surprised to hear about the news, but interesting to say the least.
Senior Mohsen Mahmoud says the university has been through a lot in the last year. The mass shooting on campus, the firing of head football coach Mel Tucker, and most recently, ethics complaints surrounding Board of Trustees Chair Rima Vassar. Mahmoud hopes new leadership can bring some stability.
Just like management over like what really goes on like internally, because there's obviously like a lot of like court cases that come around with MSU coming out. So I would just say like overall management and faculty, and so it's a better, safer environment for our students.
Guskowitz is leaving behind a legacy at UNC. He first joined as faculty in 1995 and became chancellor in 2019. Last month, the list of candidates went down to just Guskowitz after the president of the University of Texas San Antonio dropped out, according to state news. 6-year student Kennedy Cosma says students are exhausted and are ready for a change.
I think the student body can probably agree that it's just time for things just to calm down a little bit, because you don't hear about these other scandals at school.
It seems to be a feeling other students agree with.
I love MSU down. I've been a Spartan fan for my entire life. I just wish things were just a little bit quieter.
We'll have a little bit of fog.
Shop our huge selection of Amish crafted dining room sets at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Browse our large in-stock collection and customize with a special order with 1-year no-interest financing available, plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture today.
Yes, we're on thin ice. And everything is going up in smoke. Still, some are adding fuel to the fire, while the rest of us see the troubled waters rising. Our planet is under the weather. But when the going gets tough, the tough get, well, you know. Because in the heat of this moment, we're not about to lose our cool. Love it or lose it.
I'm Emilio Colon. Come with me on a journey to discover the historic town squares of Ponce and Old San Juan, Puerto Rico. In the next episode of Music in Puerto Rico, we'll experience history come to life through the universal language of music. Let's explore the vibrant cultural and commercial heritage of these fascinating cities.
Those were the days. Here's to yesterday.
Sundays on MeTV 19.1.
We've got some clear skies over here in the east. Those clouds already starting to make their way, though, for the west half. Those temperatures in the 30s. Tomorrow we'll expect that to be the morning temperature, close to 39 degrees. That average patchy fog expected as well. We could see that in the afternoon, but we'll expect an average temperature of 46 degrees. We have the Winter Snow Fun Holiday Parade and tree lighting here in downtown Marquette. Temperatures looking really nice in the 40s. You're still going to want to bundle up. There could be some gusts out there, but partly cloudy skies to start that evening out. And then it's a hockey extravaganza weekend. Heading up to Tech, we could expect mostly cloudy skies, a few gusts, but on Saturday, we're expecting rain and snow down here in Marquette. Your 7-day outlook for Marquette will cool down this weekend. On Sunday, we could see some flurries as well, but then we'll dry out for the week. Those temperatures a little bit chilly.
Finally tonight, we checked out this year's light show on the iconic Ore Dock in Marquette tonight. Travel Marquette has put on the light show with the help of the Fresh Coast Light Labs for a few seasons now. Every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. you can head on down to the Lower Harbor Park to see the display on the Ore Dock. You can even listen to some festive tunes along with the lights. Travel Marquette has a Spotify list that coordinates with the display. All you have to do, just search for Travel Marquette on Spotify, or you can check out Travel Marquette's website for a link to all of that music. The shows continue through December 30th. I just love that. It's just so fun.
I love that it's not just an icon we can see during the day, but it's useful at night. Quick, top 1 or 2 holiday songs?
It's the holiday season. Who sings that? Is that an Andy Williams song?
Let's
and a whoop-dee-doo and dickory-da. I don't know. I love that song. Mariah.
Our album will be coming out soon. Yes, Mariah, All I Want for Christmas. That's a good one.
I won't sing that one for you.
I've derailed.
We'll see you tomorrow.
There are a lot of things out there going viral. But this fall and winter, you can help keep your immune system from going viral and help protect it from the flu virus and the COVID-19 virus by getting your vaccinations. You can get both vaccines at the same time.